coming over to Grotto Avenue?
I go dump there on a regular basis.
Okay. Do you hang your head in shame when you walk out of there?
It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah. So when we say that money isn't everything, I think what we're trying to say, or at least what I get from it, is that there are health and safety issues, there are quality of life issues, there are property value issues. My money matters a hell of a lot to me, okay? And I'm sure a lot of people in this room feel exactly the same way. But what the city has done over there, the city administration, is a sin. So that's common, right? That's a problem. And the second thing that I have is the question is, you said, Carlos, that your role is not to really worry about the transfer station because that's a city council issue and you are at the representative level. You said that.
Well, it may be interpreted that way, Coach.
Okay, well, what did you say then, please?
The ultimate decision is done at the city level.
Absolutely.
I can go and scream and pout, but the elected officials locally, between the mayor and the council, decide the ultimate fate of the transfer station. I can't do anything about that, but support you and scream and maybe amplify the voice.
So,
but that's as far as I can go.
You also said that it's going to become a statewide issue in about a decade, right, with the landfill issue. What solutions do you have relative to that? Because it is going to be a statewide issue. It's a touch issue right now, but it's going to be statewide. So it is going to involve you and your colleagues. What are you doing?
The conversation right now, we know that if we're having a problem here locally with a transfer station where the trash is not permanent, which community in Rhode Island is raising their hand and saying, bring the next landfill here? Nobody. We know that is going to get railed, it's going to be transported out of Rhode Island. We know that. The question is, what's going to be the most efficient and effective route to get it out? There's a very high probability it's going to get railed out, and we would probably have to add additional rail. So when they were looking at this, that's what they were thinking. So the concept was in line with what the state's thinking, but the location was deplorable. The location did not make sense. It was going to be a health and safety hazard for the people. If there's traffic there now, imagine with 400 more trucks a day. It just didn't make sense. But the trash problem continues, and a decade out, we need to invest in additional rail where it's going to go and it's going to be pushed out on a regular basis.
But Grotto Avenue is still a huge issue. It's a safety issue. It's a health issue.
DEM's closing it.
I get that. So what's the plan?
So I put in legislation this year for $5 million to try to address that. I might get it next year, I might get it the year after. I don't know. If I'm lucky to be reelected, I'm going to keep pushing for that because that is a very important part, and it's right in the division of Woodlawn and Fairlawn. So two communities that have had the burden of that for 40 years might have the opportunity to relieve that. But we need to make sure that whatever goes in there offsets the cost of what we're going to have long term. So I'm working on that. I'm doing, I mean, we might be in there for 6 months, but I'm studying all the time and I'm visiting places and I'm trying to do everything I can with whatever resources I have.
I'm going to call time there for us to just let Jonathan, did you want a couple of minutes?
Oh yeah, almost definitely. Okay. One of the reasons I'm running is because I believe this position is being used inefficiently. Carlos, with all due respect, for you to say, hey, my hands are tied, there's nothing I can do. It's, no, you could have written legislation to say that any new transfer station has to go to a vote for the people in that community. That's something that could have been done. You could have fought for that. Instead of giving the power to the mayor and the council, you could have given that power back to the people. That's one solution. That's one way of looking at it. And that's why I'm running, because I think I could do more with the position that's there. I can think creatively and find solutions that aren't being found right now, and that's why I'm running. I just want to have a voice. I want to be able to dialogue and discuss and think of ways. Think. If you just do things the way they've been done before, you get the same old, same old. You need to think about new solutions and find joy in thinking. And realizing how we can take this experiment that we call government and make it work more efficiently for the people. So, do you have anything, is there anything I didn't explain for you? Or anything like that? I mean, another thing that could have been done is write legislation saying that anyone involved with a deficient or previously deficient transfer station cannot possibly get a new transfer station license. That's another way. So that's what I would have done to address that issue.
Okay.
It's still not the moment to respond, right?
Yeah, no, I promise you, we're going to take a few
I
more
just
questions,
feel-
and then you guys, I'm going to let you guys ask each other a couple of questions.
I
too.
feel dumb.
No.